in the sun-drenched parish of St. Anne's Bay, Jamaica. In the year 1887, a boy named Marcus Mosiah Garvey was born into a world defined by the deep, reaching shadow of the British Empire. He was not born into material wealth, but he was born into a legacy of immense intellectual curiosity that would eventually shake the foundations of global colonialism. His father, a stone mason with a stern demeanor and a vast private library, taught him from an early age that books were not merely paper and ink. They were the keys to the world. In those dusty volumes, young Marcus found the history of nations, the logic of philosophers, and the maps of a world that he was determined to see for himself. He learned that while a man's body could be constrained by poverty, his mind could remain sovereign if he possessed the tools of knowledge. As a child, Marcus played freely with the children of his neighbors. In the innocence of youth, the world seemed seamless and the future held no barriers. But as he entered his teenage years, the invisible walls of colonialism were suddenly and harshly erected. His childhood friends were sent away to schools he could not attend, and he was explicitly told that they could no longer associate with him. This was his first bitter taste of the color line. It was a lesson in the architecture of systemic division, a realization that the world saw him not as an individual of intellect, but as a subject defined by his origins. This early heartbreak did not crush him. Instead, it forged a resolve that would define his life's work. He began to understand that the struggle for dignity was not a personal battle, but a global racial one. At the age of 14, Garvey moved to the bustling, gritty city of Kingston. It was here that his formal education ended and his true education began. Working as a printer's apprentice, he mastered the physical and intellectual power of the press. He stood over the heavy iron machines, smelling the sharp scent of ink and feeling the vibration of the lead type. He realized early that whoever controls the words controls the mind. He didn't just print the news of the colony. He studied the mechanics of propaganda and the way information could be used to either suppress or ignite a population. He observed the way the colonial authorities used language to maintain order, and he began to envision how that same tool could be turned into a weapon of liberation. By the time he reached 20, Marcus had risen to the position of foreman at a prominent printing plant. It was a rare achievement at the time, providing him with a degree of stability and status. However, when his fellow workers went on strike for better pay and more humane conditions, Garvey faced a pivotal choice. He could remain silent and protect his own interests, or he could stand with the men who labored beside him. He chose the people over his position,